Hello friends, I welcome all of you. In this video, I will talk about line cards or input-output modules in Nexus 7000 and 7700. In the previous video, I told you that there are two types of modules required in chassis. First one is input-output module. Second one is SUP module or supervisor module. These SUP modules are used for control plane forwarding or management plane forwarding. Okay, and these input output modules are used for actual data plane forwarding, that is the transfer of your actual data. For example, if you are looking to transfer 1 GB file of a movie from one server to different server, then the actual data will move through these line cards. Means these line cards are needed in a chassis so that you can connect your servers or your other switches, be it Nexus or Catalyst or whatever. So you will also hear the word payload cards. These are those. So there are two type of line cards we have, M and F series. Cisco had introduced M series card initially as a feature-rich card, and these were capable of layer 2 plus layer 3 functions. But these cards were not capable of high throughput, high performance, or low latency, or performance wasn't very good in terms of actual transfer of data, because port density was only available till 10G. So there were some customers who were looking for high throughput but less features, or you can say high performance but less features. For those customers, Cisco brought in F1 card. F1 had more port density and better throughput. But the issue with F1 card was that F1 was only layer 2. So if you want to run OSPF protocol or routing, or if you want to create SVI interface on F series cards, then things will not work. The only solution was that we use proxy routing. If you have F1 series modules in a chassis, in a VDC, then also keep at least one M series module so that it can use the layer 3 functionality of M1. So in all of my labs, I will only use M1 and F1 series cards. My purpose is just to show you the features, functionalities, right? I don't need high throughput. I don't need to transfer high data. After that, Cisco brought in M2, then F2, then F2E, then M3, then F3. So actually what Cisco did, Cisco kept on adding features and kept on increasing the performance of the cards by adding more ports of high capacity, high density, 40G, 100G. So Cisco kept on making enhancements. But the issue with these cards is that you have to check the compatibility. Not all cards will work with all chassis. You have to ensure that supervisor module is also supported. So there are a lot of things as a network architect you have to do. I will cover these things. I mentioned here is that latest cards have reduced the gap of features between M and F series. For example, F3 card is capable of providing all of the features which was there in the old cards, be it M or F. They have kept on adding features. So this thing I've told you, M1 cards and F1 cards are end of sale. These were 7 line cards Cisco brought in for M1. Like 148 GS means 48 ports. M1 48 ports. But these were only capable till 10G. 10G was introduced on this card. This one, 108X2. Okay. Before that it was only till 1G. So you can see that these were not providing high port density. So this is the chart wherein I have mentioned the features and throughput. I have outlined all of these 7 cards here. One thing you note that the first line card M148 GS11 and 11L. See, L means Excel. Excel is a capability to have large tables, large L2 table, L3, L4. For example, the difference between these two cards will be that this card will be more capable of handling large entries, large IPv4, IPv6, large number of ACLs, a large MAC address table, that is CAM table. That will be the only difference. Okay. Yes, there would be some other minor differences as well, but major this L means Excel. And for Excel, you need to have license as well. If you don't use the license, it will keep on working like a normal card. I'll talk about it at later stage. So I have mentioned 7 cards here, and this side, these are features. Ports means how many ports. Fabric bandwidth means what is the maximum bandwidth this line card as a whole can provide. 46 Gbps. SUP1 port is there, SUP2 is there. It doesn't work in 7004 chassis. That is why I marked it as red. 7009, 10, 18, yes, it does support. It doesn't work with 7700. Okay. Fab1 and 2 support is there. VPC feature you'll find in all of the cards, be it M1, M2, M3, F1, F2, F2E, F3, F4, whatever. VPC will be there. OTV is actually initially it was introduced in M series cards. That is why it is there. Lisp, it wasn't there in first 5 cards, but later on they introduced in last 2 cards of M1 series. But 6.2.2 means the NXOS version. Fax is not there except these 2 cards. MPLS feature is there because this is a layer 3 feature. You'll find this in the M1. VXLAN is not there, FCOE is not there, Fabric Path is not there. But you will notice that in the F1 card, this FCOE, that is Fabric Channel over Ethernet, and Fabric Path will be there because these are layer 2 features. Okay, apart from it, there are a lot of things you have to check before picking or selecting any hardware. There is a comparison sheet in the Cisco website, you can refer that. Because I just want to give you overview of the main functions. So these were M1 cards and it is M2. I'll first cover M series. M2 only introduced 3 cards. In the M1 they had different hardware for Excel, but here they simply introduced L. L means these are capable of large tables, large L2, L3, L4 tables. Number of ports are less, but the port density has increased to 10 GE. Here it is 40 GE. It is 40/100 GE. Fabric bandwidth, you see that earlier M1 were only capable till 46 G first for cards, and after that 80 Gbps. It is not enough because traffic increased with the passage of time. So these M2 cards are capable of higher throughput. All of the M2 modules support SUP1, SUP2, SUP2E. All of these 7004, 9, 10, 18 chassis. But notice here is that these still don't support the 7700. VPC feature is there in all chassis. OTV is already there because this is a layer 3 feature. Lisp is not there. Fax, it is supported. Okay. In this module it is supported. You can connect your Nexus 2000 series device, which is a dumb line card. I'll cover that in the next chapter. Hardware ready means this hardware is capable of this feature. However, NXOS is not yet ready for it. In future, Cisco will introduce the capability inside the NXOS. That is why it is only hardware ready. Means in future, if there is a release of NXOS for this module, which covers the feature for fax, then it will work. It is capable. VXLAN, FCOE, Fabric Path, not possible. These are M3 cards. First 2 cards are for 7000 and next 3 cards are for 7700. I told you component of these cards cannot be swapped between 7000 and 7700. SUP1 doesn't support in first 2 cards nor in the last 3. I've changed the color here. These are for 7700. You see that the throughput has increased. Earlier it was up to 240. Now it is up to 1200 Gbps per module. It is one side. Means for full duplex you can double that. Fab1 support is not there, only Fab2 support is there. VPC is there, OTV is there, Lisp is also covered here. Hardware ready. Means once Cisco introduces NXOS and covers a feature inside that software, then it will support. But it is capable. Fax is covered in all of the modules. Initially you see fax wasn't available. Later on they introduced, means you can connect your fax on these modules. MPLS is a layer 3 feature. It is present since initial days. VXLAN, it wasn't there earlier. See this, it wasn't there. Now it is there. FCOE, fabric path capability, has also been added. So what I wanted to tell you is that the features are being added by Cisco slowly and gradually. So all of the old line cards and their features will be present in future line cards, including M and F series. So initially, these FCOE and fabric paths were not there, including VXLAN. Now these are hardware ready. So difference between XL and non-XL cards. Non-XL will be capable of normal table size, for example 64K, and this is just an example. So if you have XL card, it means it can go till higher level. To be able to use that capability, you need to have this license, scalable services package license, installed in chassis, one per chassis, else it will keep on working like non-XL card. XL will have 3-4 times more table size. It will be denoted with L. Now F1 series cards. F1 were capable of high throughput but less features, only layer 2. You see 230 Gbps in F1 series card, while in M1 it was only till 46. Let me show you. This was only till 80 Gbps, but F1 is up to 230 Gbps. So you can see that F1 cards or F series cards are capable of high port density, high throughput. Okay. SUP1 support is there. This card, F1 card, doesn't work in 7004 chassis. It works very well in rest of the 3 models of 7000, but it doesn't work with 77. Doesn't work. VPC is there. OTV, MPLS. These were there in M1, but these are not here. So less features. Okay. Lisp is not here. Fax is not here. In fact, other modules you'll find that fax is there. I also have many labs on fax, wherein of course this module is not being used. FCOE and fabric path, these are available. Fabric path is available in NXOS 5.2.1. You see, these two features were not there in M1 cards. Now F2 and F2E. F2E will be denoted with E keyword here. See this E at the end of this naming convention. F1 card was capable of up to 10G, while these have more ports, 48 ports. F1 was only till 32. Fabric bandwidth was 230 for F1, but for F2 it has gone till 480 Gbps. You can read all of these features. You will notice here is that OTV is supported here in F2 and F2E. In this F1 card it wasn't there, but OTV has been in support in M1, M2 and M3 cards. See this. Yes. Okay. Now these are F3 series cards. Green means 7700. Blue means 7000. So 7700 will support only F3. But notice here is that almost all features are covered. I have just outlined the main features here. If you go to input-output comparison chart, you'll find that there are hundreds of features. But there is no point of listing everything here. Okay, it is just to make you understand simple things. Fabric path, FCOE, VXLAN, MPLS, fax, Lisp, OTV, VPC, everything is there. And in fact, high throughput, up to 600 Gbps in the 7000 series chassis and up to 1.2 Tbps in the 7700 series chassis. Okay, for full duplex operation, multiply it by 2. It only works with SUP2E and SUP2. Support is there for 7004, 9, 10, 18, F3. Because These are 7700, that is why not available in this 7000. Lisp is available in this particular NX OS. After, means beyond this onwards. Okay, so friends, one thing I've noticed that it is not easy to select the right module, right hardware for Nexus. First thing is, should be aware what do you want to achieve, how much throughput, how many features, what features. Okay, you also need to have the idea about your scalability, future growth. Then check the right chassis, right line card which supports in the chassis, because these are very specific tool requirements, like for example this one. Let me show you. This line card doesn't work with 7004 chassis, right? So you have to understand this thing. Select the right hardware, right line card, right supervisor module, right fabric module, because some line cards don't work with fabric modules, all fabric modules. There are 3 right now: Fab 1, Fab 2, Fab 3. 3 is very highly capable. It is only for 7700 chassis, not for normal chassis. Should be having good idea about the NX OS. You should know the features which are supported in NX OS, and also these should be available in the hardware, including line cards and chassis, license as well. So I just wanted to give you some brief idea about M and F. So initially M1 was layer 2 plus layer 3, F1 was layer 2 only. So to be able to use routing, it required M1 card in the chassis or in the VDC. After that, Cisco introduced M2. It added more feature, more throughput, more than the F1. Then they introduced F2, added more features. So basically they are trying to reduce the gap between M series and F series. M series cards are very costly because these are feature rich. The features like OTV and MPLS, these are already available in M series card, but these were not available in the F1. See this. Okay, so these are only good for those customers who are looking for high throughput, high performance, not the features. So see, this line card doesn't work with 7004 chassis. You can't afford to buy this one and trying to fit that in this chassis. So you should know what feature you want, should know which license is there to cover this feature. Okay, and then you should have idea about the line card, supervisor module, fabric module, chassis. So basically you have to take help of Cisco. The information that I provided here is on the basis of what is available today. These may change. Okay, so don't just rely on these. It is just to inform you.